Greetings, friends and enemies, and welcome back to Art by Clan. Today we have another sketchbook tour. I'm gonna be completely honest and say I have not done a lot of art in my actual sketchbook in the past 2 months. I've been doing a lot of digital art, a lot of big finished pieces, but not a lot of just sketching in my sketchbook. So there won't be much in here, but what we're gonna do is once we finish going with the actual sketchbook, we'll pull up some of the digital stuff I've been sketching and working on in the meantime. This is the same sketchbook as my previous one that I ended on with my previous one. The Canson mixed media that I decorated the front with some washi tape, and one of the stickers that's available in my shop. It is the piece I did of Off the Hook, Pearl and Marina. So you can, if you're interested, you can get a nice vinyl sticker of these two in my shop. Again, that's all linked in the description below. I think if you open it up, yep, there's another one. There's the Mercy one I did. These are all printed on vinyl and covered in a nice plastic thing so they don't get too bad. But let's see where I left off in this thing. So I think this was the last piece I did. This was the Coco Valentine's Day picture. And behind here, we have a piece I did of my character Iris. This was the first, I think, I feel like I hadn't drawn in forever before I drew this, so I honestly couldn't tell you what my thought process was, just that I wanted to draw a moody picture of Iris with the white rose that has lots of symbolism for her and her life and whatever. This was, I think, done in Spectrum Noir and Copic marker. I always struggle with Iris because she's very, very pale, and so I was playing with her skin tone, having white as the base of her skin, and then her shades in sort of a pinkish color, and then her hair is too dark. I always want it lighter gray, but I always end up making it too dark. But I kind of like this. This has been on my Instagram for a while. I got into a really big Elder Scrolls phase for a hot minute, so this was one of my very first Elder Scrolls character, my Dragonborn. This is Izada. She was a dark elf, and she specialized in heavy armor and two-handed weaponry. And I just love to come back and draw her every once in a while to see how much I've improved. And this was my Elder Scrolls Online character, Lily. I think I've drawn her a lot on the channel before. There's just a scribble of her and me just playing around with ink pens and stuff on her. I think this was like an ink joy, and for some reason I thought, oh, I'll try and ink with an ink pen, and that didn't go well over the over the pencil. This was the Black Lady finished piece. I think I have a video. Yeah, I have a video for this. It was a traditional video. So this is the finished version of that. If you haven't seen that video, here are some scribbles. I've tried to do pen doodles for a couple of pages in here. And let me tell you guys, I cannot loosen up with a pen. I can't do it. This is as close as I got. This was with an Inkjoy. I don't remember who did it. It's Papermate. I think it's Papermate Inkjoy. And they're really good pens for writing and doodling. They're very smooth. They don't smudge very easily. They're really good. Just, I cannot doodle in pen. I can't do it. I just can't loosen up. I can't relax. I have to. If I'm going to be free and loose, it's got to be in pencil. So I guess I can't be all those other fancy artists who just freaking hammer out pen doodles. Like, drawing with waffles is really great ballpoint pen stuff. And here I am with this. Here's an abandoned body. Like I said, I haven't drawn much in the sketchbook, and I've kind of been struggling in it, so I decided to take a break from it and got caught up in digital art again, so there's plenty of that. But this is just, I don't even remember what I was going to do with this body, but here it is. Here's a piece. Oh, yeah. Here's a piece. It's finished, and I like everything but her eyes. They are really bad. So this is one of my more recent Elder Scrolls Online characters, Sabirah. She is a dragon knight specializing in sword and shield. She's a dark elf, and she was sort of play ancestor to my Skyrim character, Izada, so that's sort of why they have similar coloring and design. But I love how the armor came out. I love how the outfit and the hair. I love everything but her eyes. Like, they're not right. The scaleras, because dark elves, if you're not familiar with Elder Scrolls lore, dark elves have red eyes and red scaleras. I made those colors too similar, and now she just looks like some kind of bug-eyed freak with those shines in there, and I don't care for it. But other than those, I really like this piece. Here we have more pen doodles. I think this is it. Oops, sorry. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it for the sketchbook. So again, I tried loosening up and doing some pen sketches to sort of get me back in the mood to draw traditionally. But this is, like, these tiny ones I sort of like, but these here are just I just can't. I'm no good with a pen when it comes to sketching and doodling. There are some artists out there who can really rock that idea and take it to the next level. I am sadly not one of those artists. So that was a look at the sketchbook. We're going to move on now to some of my digital sketches for the last 2 months. Alright, and so I have Clip Studio Paint open here, and that's usually the program I use to sketch in, and we're going to take a look at some of the stuff I've done. Some of this will be from earlier in the year, just because why not? So the first thing we have, and let it get opened up here, are some sketches of some OCs of mine. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I highly recommend it. I post a lot of stuff that I don't post on YouTube over here. These are my characters Eve and Lilith. So this would be Eve, just sort of sketching out her face and her body type. And if I turn these layers off, turn these on. Oh, I have line art for her. And this is Eve. Like I said, you can find out more on my Instagram, but this is Eve. She's a sweet-hearted girl who loves nature and frolicking and all that sort of stuff. And this is her, and Lilith is her girlfriend or wife. I haven't decided quite yet, but they're lesbians, Harold, and I absolutely adore them. And this was just me hashing out the idea of what they looked like. I know I don't want to say anything. This was a when I debuted them, quote unquote, on Instagram, I said I was going to draw them smooching, that I couldn't wait, so here I drew them smooching. You'll see quite a bit of this stuff where I've just done line art and base colors and posted it because I didn't really plan on shading anything, but that's... Listen, sometimes you just color stuff, okay? So that's Eve and Lilith having a little smoochy smooch. This is the birthday gift of... Adria Scribble's character Spexon. Her birthday was in February, so I drew her boy Spexon for her birthday. And you can see the finished version of this on my DeviantArt and on my Instagram, if you're curious about what those look like, which are both linked below. Another one of my character Iris. This is more accurate to her colors. I don't know how this is going to look like on YouTube, but she's very, very pale. And this is just her with her base colors, but when she gets shading, she gets a little more skin tone. But this is just, she's a ballerina in canon, so I just sort of drew her as a little chibi ballerina, very swan inspired, because who doesn't draw ballerina swans these days? So yeah, that's all there is to that one. And then we have, so I was thinking about Witch Sona Week again, and so I wanted to kind of sort of redesign my Witch Sona. I definitely go with a lot of wintry themes in mind, because where I live, it's cold like 6 to 7 months out of the year, more than it is warm. So I always just try to go for more like wintry clothing and stuff like that. So I included like a poncho and a jacket and scarves and hats and boots and stuff like that. And I really like how this came out. I just never bothered finishing it. I want to. I got the line art done, obviously. I could just go back and slap some colors on it or something to sort of make myself feel better about it. But Witch Sona Week is over. I think it's like the last week in January or something. But that's just wanted to do a scribble of her. This is just a little chubby girl. I was feeling kind of self-conscious about my tummy, so I wanted to draw somebody just living life with their tummy out so I could feel a bit better about my tummy, and it worked. I was feeling kind of self-loathing that day, but I drew this and sort of felt better. Sometimes art is funny that way, isn't it? I might finish this. I don't know. It was just a scribble. Whoever knows with digital stuff, it's really, really up in the air, because it's like, maybe I'll finish it, maybe I won't. We don't know. Moving on, we have a bust of my character Behemoth. I'm really trying to nail down his facial structure, because I really want it to be semi-accurate for a person of color. Well, I guess for a black man. So I'm kind of trying to practice those facial features and get him looking the way I want him to look. But I think the most important feature here is this dimple. If you ever draw Behemoth, don't forget the dimple. The dimple is extremely important. And when I was working on this piece, I was freaking devastated because I wasn't paying attention, and I put the line art on the same layer as the sketch, and I was just like, no! It's that classic freaking mistake of doing that, and I didn't feel like redoing the line art or going through the trouble of trying to separate the two, so I just made it the sketch part of the colors and made it all aesthetic. I hope I can show this on the thing. Anyway, this is my character Nyx, and I'll just cleverly... I won't draw attention to that. Anyway, this is my character Nyx. In one of our alternate universes, she is her mate is a werewolf, and she's super okay with that. So that's, and I saw this stupid shirt on Twitter, and I had to put her in it. So that's what that is. This is my character Coco. This is a better image of Coco than the one I showed you in the last sketchbook tour. The colors are a bit wonky because I was still getting used to doing colors on my my Surface Pro that I use to scribble at work. But I really like this one. I think it's really super cute. I don't know, I especially like her little feet. I don't know, I think it just came out really cute. I just love to draw her. She's so pink and happy and ooh. My character, my Elder Scrolls Online character, Lily, again. I just wanted to draw a chibi of her. Like I said, I went through this really hardcore Elder Scrolls phase for a bit, where I wanted to play online, I wanted to play Skyrim, and I wanted to consume the lore, and I'm still kind of in it. But Lily is definitely my favorite Elder Scrolls Online character. She's the highest leveled one. Like, the game's been out forever, but I stopped playing it for a long time. She was only like 35. If you play continuously or whatever since release, you'd definitely be over 50 by now. But I'm not. I'm bad at games, friends. I said I was bad at games, not... I play a lot of games, but never said that I was good at them. But anyway, that's that. This little guy is interesting. My original idea was that he was a seraph, like one of the angels, but he was just really bad at maintaining a human form. So he had all these eyes that were kind of poking out everywhere, because he kind of biblical descriptions of angels always describe them as having lots of wings and lots of eyes and very little actual human features, unless you get lower and lower down the angel tier. Higher angels like seraphs are monstrous, and I love it. So I kind of wanted to play with that and sort of do a human form of that. Like he's trying to be human for some reason, but he's not used to it, and he can't quite maintain. I might make him an OC. I haven't decided yet, but I really liked this particular image. And I did another one of, so I did another version of him with his eye covered, so you could see that he was trying to hide it behind his wing hair, so you wouldn't see the little mistake. But that was that one. I tried to do him again, like I said, just trying to get a feel for the rest of his body, and this was just that little scribble. Definitely playing with, I love Byzantine halos. I love that aesthetic a lot. So whatever I do want to do, and I wanted to incorporate that. I wanted to see if I could replicate his wing hair. I think seraphs only have 6 wings, 2 for their eyes, 2 for their body, and 2 for their feet, I think is the biblical description. But obviously I wanted to stretch that and play with it. So I was trying to sort him out and figure if I could make him into a long-standing OC, which I might still. You never know. Here is a picture. Here's a piece of Maya. I just wanted to draw her naked with some long hair, and so that's what I did. Not too much on the detail front there. Like I said, there's a boob. I'm sorry about the boob, YouTube. Please don't demonetize this video, or do. I can't control you. I don't know what you're gonna do ever. So there is that one. So this was you've already seen those. This was, I'm really stuck on this post-apocalyptic theme, sort of a wintry. Ever since I played the game Frostpunk, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that game. It's like a city building game set in a steampunk but post-apocalyptic winter theme. And I love that idea. So I've been really trying to struggle with getting that feeling. I'm stuck on that feeling. I don't really have a concrete idea for it. But I'm stuck on that feeling, trying to get that out into something. And so this was my first attempt at that. Just scribble down a body, trying to scribble out some outfits and see what I can come up with. Next we have some more Elder Scrolls Online art. I wanted to do some more dynamic posing and stuff. So this is Sabirah again. She, like I said, she's a dragon knight. The special is a one-handed shield, so I do her with her sword. And one of the abilities in the game is Lava Whip. And so that's sort of what that is. It's kind of blue in a placeholder right now, but it's a whip they can form out of magic lava and smack the shit out of enemies. So that's sort of what I drew her with there, just to sort of, like I said, push those poses and keep on trucking. I did a lot of suggestive art. People on my Instagram really like Lilith, so I kind of drew her as a saucy pinup. She's not interested in anybody but Eve, but you know, I thought it would be fun to give those thirsty bastards on Instagram something. I did a pass or smash with my OCs and my stories. That's the kind of fun content you can look forward to if you follow me on Instagram. And like, Lilith had the least passes of all the OCs I put up there, so I wanted to draw something for those thirsty followers. And this is a redraw of a very old picture. I'm probably going to do a video on this one, so this is a little sneaky peeky if you watch these. Of a very old picture I found while cleaning up. We're going to be moving in a couple of months, so we're doing some clean out work. So I wanted to take a really old drawing and sort of redraw it in what my current skill set is like, and sort of try and save all those details and stuff. So I'm really excited to work on this one some more, but you guys get a little sneak peek at what that's gonna be. And finally, saving the best for last, is this Behemoth. I've been working on this picture for about 2 months now. And you've seen me, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me post this. If you haven't, you really should. 2 months on and off, I've been working on this picture. And this is a 11 by 17 poster size of all of the main characters of Leviathan. And if you come to my past streams in the past few months, you've seen me working on this. But this is it in all of its finished glory. And I'm so happy that it is done. I've been I really doubled down at the beginning of the week to just get it finished and get it out from underneath me so I can say I finished it and be happy with it, and I'm so happy with it. So in the front here we have Caesar and Lyra. Now if you're not familiar with Leviathan as a story, it is a novel, an RP turned novel turned just concept that I have with my best friend and my roommate, and we both love these characters. We've been working on it for almost 10 years now, and so I wanted to do a big piece all the characters that mean so much to us, and I'm really happy with how it came out. So like I said, in the foreground here we have Caesar and Lyra, who are the main characters of what we call the first gen. These are the first novel is mainly about these characters right here. Behind them we have Orion and Clara, Calliope and Julius. These guys are all part of a story. Later on we have the second gen, as we call them. This is Zelos. He is the son of Caesar and Lyra. And this is Maya. She is the daughter of Orion and Clara, and this is her husband Piero, non-related. Orpheus is the daughter of Caesar and Calliope, and Echo here is the daughter of Julius and Lyra, and they're together. And then we have Levi, who is also the son of Caesar and Calliope. He and Orpheus are fraternal twins, and this is his significant other, Pan. Scrolling up to the third gen, the children of the second gen, we have Tekla. Well, sort of. Some of them are, but I put them with the characters they most interact with. So Tekla is young enough to interact with the third gen of children, and she is Caesar and Lyra's daughter. Aether and Erebus are twins, and they're Echo and Orpheus's twins. This is Iris. She is Maya and Piero's daughter. This is Rory. He is Levi and Maya's son. And then we have Sin, who is Maya's brother, and so of course belongs to Clara and Orion down there. And then we have Nyx, who is also Echo and Orpheus's. So their stories are all very long and very complicated, so I won't go over them in this particular video. But I'm really happy with this piece, and I'm super, super glad that I'm finished with it and that I enjoy it as much as I do. But if you like what you see, don't forget to click that like button. You can subscribe for a new video from me every single week. All my social media is down in the description below. If you're an Instagram person or a Twitter person, or if you want to support me, I've got a Patreon, I got a Ko-fi, I've got a store where you can buy stuff with my stuff on it if you're interested. Special shout out to my patrons, Parzival and Adrian Scribbles. You guys are my rock, keep me going. And thank you to everybody who watched this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.